For the last 30 days, I challenged myself to run 12 kilometers every day. The rules were simple. I had to run the entire distance without stopping or walking, no matter how difficult it became. I stretched before and after the run, and after the run, I take a cold shower. To make sure I get the challenge done each day, I vary the schedule of my runs based on my daily activities. Some days I go for a morning run before getting started with work. Other days I go for a jog in the afternoon if I need a break from everything. And sometimes I go out for a night run to cool off. During the challenge, I had to deal with all sorts of obstacles, from bad weather to injuries that came from nowhere. These obstacles were especially tough to handle, because I was doing the challenge alone. However, I didn't let any of that stop me. Instead, I used my determination to push myself harder than ever before. The physical part of the challenge was difficult, but it was nothing compared to the mental strength I had to call upon. There were times when I wanted to give up, times when I thought it was impossible to keep going. But I found inspiration in the beautiful routes I ran and in the feeling of winning that came with each successful run. As the challenge went on, I began to rely more and more on my mental strength. I learned to push through the pain and tough times, and I emerged from the challenge stronger and more resilient than ever before. The challenge was not about physical endurance, but about mental toughness, determination, and discipline. In 2018, I decided to take up running as a form of exercise. At the time, I was only running once a week with a friend, but to me it was a great start. So we did that for almost 1 year and a half. I found the experience challenging, and it was a great opportunity to spend time with my friend, with also improving my physical health. But I became inconsistent and I stopped. So I didn't went back to running until January 2022. But unfortunately, I was back to my old habits and I stopped. But 6 months ago, in September 2022, I decided to give running another chance. This time I was determined to make it a regular part of my routine. I started running at least 3 times a week and surprisingly found that I was beginning to enjoy it more and more each time. Today I continue to run 3 times a week, rain or shine. Sometimes it's not easy and there are days when I would rather do something else. But I know that the benefits of running far outweigh the temporary discomfort. It's a great way to stay in shape, challenge myself mentally and physically. And who knows, maybe one day I will learn to love it. I have to admit that running is not my favorite activity. However, I do appreciate the challenge it poses and the opportunity it gives me to push myself out of my comfort zone. I believe that doing things we found difficult is important for personal growth and development, both mentally and physically. Stepping out of our comfort zone can teach us a lot about ourselves and what we are capable of. Plus, there's nothing like the feeling of accomplishment after you finish something tough. So even though running may not be my favorite form of exercise, I still recognize its value and the benefit it can bring to my overall well-being. During the first week of my 30 days running challenge, I was feeling pretty good. As someone who runs regularly, I was surprised that I didn't feel as tired or sore as I thought I would.
7 AM now, I'm in the forest. Lost in the forest.
I felt like I was in a good shape and my body was responding well to the challenge, even though I was expecting to feel more fatigued.
Distance 12.11 kilometers. Average pace 5:32 per kilometer.
Hey, it's your pacer, Jenna, from Nike Plus Run Club Portland. Nice job out there today. You know what goes great with a killer run? Another one tomorrow.
Thank you, coach. Of course, tomorrow too. Whew, I'm dead. I found that I was able to complete the daily runs without any major setbacks. That being said, I still made sure to listen to my body, and if I felt like resting, I would take a longer nap. There's this huge park near my place where I usually go for my runs. It's the perfect spot to stretch and get ready for the run. I mean, this place has so many different paths. Sometimes though, I like to switch things up and run in the forest. The dense trees and winding trails give me a new kind of scenery and challenge.
The more I run, the more I feel better.
And sometimes when I'm in Paris, I jog along the Hook Canal. No matter where I'm running, I always adapt myself to the terrain and environment. Overall, the first week was a success and it has motivated me to keep going for the rest of the challenge. Of course, I know the real challenge is still ahead, but I'm determined to stay focused and committed until the end. So the first week went fine. I ran around 86 kilometers, but in the beginning, in the first 3 days, I felt very tired and I always took a very long nap, around 1 hour, and 1.5 hour nap in the afternoon. Day by day, my body adapted to the 12 kilometers run every day. The first week was very, very hard, especially the first 3 days. But yeah, I learned so much about discipline. And yeah, sometimes I really didn't want to go out, but I have to do it. And this is what I learned. It's discipline, and I feel more motivated to do my daily tasks. Because when you do your hardest task, which for me, it's running 12 kilometers. After that, you can do everything. After that, it's easy because I just sit on my desk, write a script of a video, shoot a video like now, do like some stuff, and it's easy because I'm not in physical pain. Every task become more easier than before. So this is really the takeaway from this first week. And I forgot to say that each day my running pace was better and better. So before I thought it was going to get worse and worse and worse, but actually no, it's better and better and better. So yeah, my body feels great. I don't have a lot of cramps, and yeah, it's very manageable, and I just have to keep running, I guess.
So the second week started today, and I feel good.
The challenge of pushing myself to do difficult things was really starting to pay off. Not only did I feel more confident in my physical abilities,
I didn't drink before the run, so wow.
but I also noticed a significant improvement in my mental strength. I began to approach other areas of my life with the same determination and perseverance, leading to a newfound sense of purpose and accomplishment. It was as if the act of pushing myself physically had unlocked a mental toughness that I didn't even know I possessed. So I just came back from the run, and yeah, today it was very, very hard. I think it's day 14 or 15, and I did my worst pace ever. 5 minutes 34 the kilometers, and my thighs feel so heavy. It's, yeah, I don't know what's happening. It's maybe I didn't get any rest days. I just ran 12 kilometers every single day, and I think that my body started to feel tired. But today I ran in the night around 6 p.m, so maybe this is why I feel so down and so heavy. It's around 10 p.m. right now, and now it's time to go for a night run. I walked the whole day. I feel so tired. I am very hungry, but but I have to do it because it's the duty and it's the challenge. And I don't like to run in the night and in the afternoon because I feel very low and my energy is very low. So I know it's going to be a very hard run, but it's like everyone is harder and harder, but you know, it's like this. So now I'm going to just stop complaining and do the run. Let's go. I felt more resilient in the face of adversity, and I was excited to see where this newfound strength would take me. But things started to get difficult. Constant training without any days of rest created soreness and muscle fatigue, making it harder than ever. The cold didn't help either, and sometimes I just wanted to give up. But I found that taking care of myself outside of running helped me power through this tough moment. I made sure to stretch before and after each run, and take longer nap to help my muscle recover. I also made sure to eat balanced diet and get enough sleep each night to keep my body in top shape. Despite the challenge, I am grateful that running has become such a big part of my life. It's not just a hobby for me, it's a lifestyle that I'm committed to, and that commitment has paid off in many ways. I've noticed that I have more energy throughout the day, and I'm better able to manage stress. So even when I feel like skipping a day, I make sure to stick to my routine and push through any obstacles that come my way. By doing that, I'm able to keep my body and mind in check, which I believe helps me to be the best version of myself. I look forward to continuing the challenge and see where it takes me next. On day 29, I had my friend Thierry move. This was not an easy task, as we had to carry heavy boxes from the second floor to the truck, and then from the truck to the third floor for 3 long hours. I was feeling exhausted and my arms were sore, but I didn't mind the physical strain, as it's always a pleasure to help a friend in need. After the move, I decided to go for a late night run. It ended up being the slowest run I ever done, taking me 6 minutes per kilometer. I felt my body was not responding as it used to, and I struggled to keep my usual pace of 5 minutes and 10 seconds per kilometer. Nevertheless, I felt great after the run, knowing that I had pushed myself even though I was already tired from the move. It was a day filled with both physical and mental challenges, but I was proud of myself for overcoming them all. I can. And so it was hard at the beginning, but then slowly better and better. The last run I did was an amazing experience. But I can't help feeling that I doubt myself. I had this irrational thought that I wouldn't be able to complete it. It was all in my head. But it's funny how our minds can play tricks on us. I ran in Parc de la Villette. I love running there because it's so peaceful and quiet. The weather was perfect that day, and I was able to run while watching the sunset. I felt so proud of myself as I was completing the last run for my challenge. It was a great moment of accomplishment for me. As I was running, I couldn't help but reflect on all the runs that I had done to get to this point. It took a lot of determination and discipline to stick to this crazy routine, but I did it. And not only did I complete the challenge, but I also felt that my mind was stronger and my body was fitter and healthier than ever. It's amazing how running can have such a positive impact on our physical and mental health. This challenge was not easy, but it was definitely worth it. I really feel that I accomplished something great, and the feeling of achievement is priceless. I believe that it's important to challenge ourselves and push ourselves out of our comfort zone. It's not always easy, but the rewards are definitely worth it. I'm very proud of myself for completing the challenge, and I'm really excited to see what other challenge I can do in the future. After completing the running challenge of running 12 kilometers every day for 30 days, I made sure to take a break for 2 days to allow my body to recover from the intense physical activity. But something strange happened. On the second day of resting, I woke up with severe back pain that made it almost impossible to move. I was unsure of what caused the pain, whether it was because I helped my friend move or the strenuous runs from the challenge, or maybe both. Despite this obstacle, I remained determined to reach my goal of running a half marathon, which is almost double the distance I was used to during the challenge. I knew that I had to take the necessary steps to recover and prepare my body for the upcoming challenge. As you can see, I have so much pain in my back. I have no idea why. I don't know if it's because of the moving or because of the 30 days challenge, because I ran for 30 days, I don't know. With this in mind, I took 6 days off to allow my back to fully recover. During the 6 days, I focused on stretching, sleeping, doing light exercise, long walks, and getting enough rest to ensure that my body was ready to tackle the next challenge. After resting for 5 days because of my back, today I feel better, so I think today is the day to go for a run. So I didn't run for 5 days. And today I want to run half marathon, so 21.1 kilometers. I hope it's going to go fine, and I will tell you about this later. Let's go. So after a nice 6-day break, my body was ready for my next run. I was feeling very good and confident, like nothing could get in my way. I felt unbreakable, so I started my run and was like, let's do this. I went pretty fast at first and even managed to eat up the first 5k like it was nothing. I was feeling good and my pace was on point for the first 10 kilometers.
I'm 10 kilometers in and I feel great. Let's go.
I was even able to keep the same pace until the 20 kilometers mark.
I'm 20 kilometers in, inspiration is found in every step you take. The pace is amazing, by the way, and I still have only, 1 kilometer or less now.
Although my muscles were starting to feel it, but then something amazing happened. I heard this little voice in my head telling me to keep going, to push myself even further. And you know what? I listened to it. I mean, why not?
25 kilometers in, I start to lose my legs. I can't feel my legs anymore, I think.
So I kept going, and before I knew it, I had run a full 30 kilometers. The last 2 kilometers of my run were the most difficult I have ever experienced in my life. My legs were completely exhausted and I could feel myself hitting the wall. For those who are not familiar, hitting the wall in the running world means that your body has used up all of its resources, leaving nothing left. It was a tough moment, and I thought I might not be able to finish, but I pushed through the pain and persevered. Although it was a struggle, I managed to complete the run. Despite the pain and exhaustion, I felt strangely amazing. I had proven to myself that I could do anything I set my mind to. I had never run this far before, so it was an incredible experience. It made me feel more alive and proud of myself. I believe that seeking this kind of pain is what makes people stronger and more resilient in the face of challenges. It teaches us that we can overcome our limits and achieve our goals if we set our minds to it. In the end, I could barely walk home. I was sore, tired and broken, and maybe a little delirious, but I knew that I had accomplished something great, and that made all the pain and effort worth it. I never experienced this, I never did such a thing, and you can see my face, I feel completely dead. I can't walk, it's so hard for me to walk, and I can't feel my legs. It's a feeling that I never had in my life, so it's completely new. And yeah, amazing what I did. It's still amazing, right? But I don't know, I feel so dead. In conclusion, the 30 days running challenge was an incredible experience, and it taught me so much about myself and my limits. It was a journey that required physical endurance and mental thoughtness, and I'm proud to have completed it. In total, for the 30 runs, I ran nearly 370 kilometers, which is completely nuts for me. With this challenge, I learned the importance to put yourself out of your comfort zone and the importance to do so. I also realized that consistency and determination are so important to achieve any goal. I learned that it's because of self-discipline that I was able to complete the challenge. So I have a new appreciation for discipline. And I started to really understand how important it is to be a disciplined person. And yeah, I'm very grateful for the hard moment because they really taught me so much. They really helped me to grow and become stronger. Even though I don't really enjoy running, I started to like it a bit. Running is not just a form exercise for me, it's part of my life. I feel like I can't stop running. It's like an addiction, I must say. But I want to keep running and do better. Maybe I will run a half marathon or who knows, a marathon. But I'm confident that I have what it takes to do so. Or I think if I can inspire one person to challenge themselves and to step out of their comfort zone, then it's worth it. It's worth it. And I just want to finish and say that to anyone who considering doing something that they never did, running or whatever, just go for it. Go for it, you got this. The journey is going to be hard, but priceless. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. You can like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos. Thank you. Bye.